All right, we are here for probably our last episode of Mr. Jeffrey's Algebra 1 for the fall 2023 school year. If you hadn't done so, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Other than reviewing our algebra for our Algebra 1 final, this is some other things that's going to go on. Somebody has leaked my cell phone number, and I'm been inundated. Now we're at 35 calls since 8 a.m. It is 8:25 now. Um, and I've gotten texts and stuff, so you may actually get to see some of these. Okay, so my class, we're reviewing the study guide. Yes, you get to use an orange sheet on the final. So this may be the time that people actually need to do this, because there's going to be some things I talk about that you may not pick up the first time. Okay, so as of now, the final is down to 35 problems. Okay, they're all multiple choice right now. I'm thinking about making a few of them short answer. It's not that bad. Okay, right now, there's a few I'm going to tell you that you need to delete. There was one that somehow it got deleted before I printed it, so we are going to go from there. By the way, just get the orange sheets for everybody sitting around you. Okay. All right. Shh. Last time I reprimanded a grown woman, I got a divorce paper. All right. So number one. Oh. Shh. Hang on. We have our first call. Hello. How may I help you? Why are you calling me and not even talking to me, sir? All right. They just keep hanging up. All right. So solving this one, by the way, if the order has changed or something, I'll let you know. As of right now, numbers 1 through 4 is going to be like this. Okay. The reason why yours went from 4 to 6, this one that I've added down here, this is the one that somehow got deleted. Okay. And it's about the same order. Uh, I do think the number 2 on the test is actually easier than this one. Okay. All right. So, number 1, we start by adding 8 to both sides. We have 5 over 2x equals, see, -3 plus 8 is 5. Now, a couple ways you can do this, because that's a fraction multiplying. Some people are going to change 5 over 2 to a decimal. There's 16 different ways. Oh, by the way, if you're over there playing on a Switch, y'all need to stop before I lose my crap. I and I'm wearing a purple shirt. So all right, now that's my name. Yeah, I actually did that on my calculator when I was checking the final yesterday. I actually put 5 divided by 5 over 2 in my calculator and got the answer. Now, for some of y'all that are betting on me to have calculators to provide stuff for you, how did that work out for the last test? Not so great, because guess what? People have stolen, broken them, and whatever, and we are down to so many. Okay. We can have a brand new $1,700 cell phone and wear $600 worth of clothes, but by golly, we're going to steal a $12 calculator. All right. So on this calculator, I actually did it where I divided it. Okay. We're going to get 2 because those 5s are going to cancel. Okay. You're going to have something like this for number 1 on the final. I can tell you right now, because I did the final yesterday afternoon. How many times did I do it? 3. I failed at 7. Okay. So now also you may have to have your own scratch sheet for the test. Okay. I hadn't decided if I'm going to have an answer sheet and that, or you're going to do something to put your answer right there. I prefer to have an answer sheet. It makes my grading life a lot easier, and I usually have stuff done pretty quick. All right. So, right here, remember we distribute. We tag along this 5. All right. So, now I've distributed on both sides of the equal sign. Okay. Both sides of the equal sign. I'm going to combine like terms. The only like terms I have is right here. Okay. Call this number. Hello? Why are you calling me? All right. All right. So I've combined like terms now. Okay. I want my variables on one side, my constants on the other. I'm going to move all my variables over here to the left. To the left, to the left. Oh my gosh, can I just not move this problem? There we go. All right. So I subtracted. So 6 minus 4 is 2. I don't know exactly what happened if somebody like died or whatever. We'll see later. All right. Then I'm going to move my constant. And then divide. So hello, hello. All right. By the way, when I say some of this stuff is similar, like some of it might be super similar. Okay. So, you may have to like pay extra attention to some of these that are super similar. All right. So I'm solving for x. I want this by itself. I'm going to add 3y to both sides. Adding 3y. Yeah. So we have negative 4x equals 3y plus 2. Now, we're still wanting x by itself. How do I get x by itself? Divide by that negative 4. Now, for this instance, I'm going to leave it alone as is. Okay. But um, you're gonna when I said it's super similar, there it's like maybe some signs have changed. Okay, because I definitely remember doing that one yesterday. I don't remember signing my phone number up for like healthcare information. Apparently, somebody named Noah did. Thank you, my friend, for doing that. Because then, let me just show you. Starting at 8 o'clock. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna move this down. Gotta hide this. Okay. All right. So on number 4, all right, remember when we have a absolute value, we have two different problems. We pull the guts out. We have the original, and then we have the evil twin. So I'm going to get, let's see, x equals 5, x equals negative 11. All right, this problem is written like this for its multiple choice. Okay. All right. Number 5. I would really, really, really pay attention to number 5. All right. When I say it's super similar, this one says which relations are not functions. That means the x values repeat. So it's this one, and this one. So think about it. If it's multiple choice and there's only one answer per problem, that question may be written as which relation is a function. The fives repeat. All right, number 6. Which of the following absolute value functions has a y-intercept of -4? All right, so test taking skills. We look for the y-intercept. It's not A, it's not B. It has to be between these two. They both have a y-intercept number -4 and an x-intercept of -4. So this one would be C. Okay, some test taking skills. All right. I can tell you this about number 7. Not that. All right. This problem is 2 lines intersecting. Okay? 2 lines intersecting. It's not like this one where it has 2. All right. So you've got to find. All right. And it's not going to be like this. Granted, this is an intersection. We're not going to worry about this. Not on final. Okay. This one is like, because it's obvious that's where they touch. This is in between the grid. Okay. This intersection is at 0, 1. Okay. Okay. All right. So for this problem right here, I'm going to tell you how this is going to go. Okay. So, what? Oh, I thought y'all had a math question. Shh. All right. So, I need you to do this. All right. It's going to be something similar to this. Okay. It's going to be something similar to this. It's a one step inequality. All right. So, the way that you would solve that, okay. Now, we divided by a negative, so we have to flip the sign. Okay. We divided by a negative, so we have to flip the sign. Remember, I've told you to change that problem because it's not a two-step equation. All right. What just happened? Math. Well, that's your own fault. All right. Please come in. Is it locked? Okay. All right. Number 9, I need you to change this. Okay. So on number 9, it's a two-step. Yes. All right. So this one is a two-step equation or inequality. It's not, you know, now, if there is a problem that where the answer happens to be a fraction, don't ask me, can I change it to a decimal? It's multiple choice. Okay, you can't like add in another thing and write a decimal. That's not how that works. Okay. All right. Number 10. You start in the middle. Okay. We got to get rid of that -1 so everybody gets a 1. Okay. Now, lottie dottie, everybody gets divided by 3. Okay. Also, I've tried to make sure that the format's the same way. If it's in columns, like 2 columns, it goes, all the 2 column questions go like this. They go A, B, C, D, instead of like switching the order. So they're either going to look like this, they're going to look like across, or in columns like this. I could have just done them all willy nilly. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, yes, I actually do give you the formula for this, okay, on how to find slope and then point slope to get the slope intercept. Okay. So our slope, remember, it doesn't matter. If we use this as the traditional, you could use the other one. It doesn't matter. This we get 6 over -6, which is -1. All right. So that's my M. It doesn't matter which point I use. I could use either one. I kind of want to use this one just because. So I'm going to plug it in. Okay, so my M goes here. My X1 goes here. And my Y1. All right. Because this is, I plugged in a -2. This now becomes a positive. Okay. So now I would distribute and solve. Well, this gets left alone. All right. And then I move this 2 over. So for number 11, our answer is this. All right. Now, what equation? Well, we know we're going to have a y, we're going to have equals, we're going to have an x. All right. So our b is right here at 1. To find our slope, we look where it connects on that grid again. So it went over 1, up 2. So this is 2x plus 1. Now, for those that's been keeping your practice test and notes and stuff like all semester, that might be a good helper. Some people have actually kept their orange sheets all semester. Well, as long as you don't like show up for the final hungover like you did the other day for the other test. All right. So, all right. Find the x and y intercept of the line. So for the x intercept, we cover up the y. So we have 3x equals negative 24. Okay. For the y-intercept, we cover up the x. So we have negative 4y equals negative 24. All right. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to end up solving both of them. So we get x equals negative 8. And then our y-intercept, 6. Now remember, all these completed notes will be on Schoology. Some people are like, wait, where's the notes? Still think it's funny at this day and time, people are like, I wasn't here. Now, there are very few people, there there's certain situations I can allow, when you wasn't here to not know what's going on. But if your anal glaucoma is kicking up where you just can't see your butt coming to school that day, and you're sitting there playing Xbox or watching Tic Tac all day or Netflix, you can also use that same internet to watch the lesson that you missed. Okay, so right here, I want to. This is the one where we could do either or. I want to choose to get rid of X. Okay, and I'm going to do that by multiplying. Let's think about it. If this bottom one that I'm leaving alone, if that is a positive 6x and I need a negative 6x, what am I going to have to multiply this negative 3 by to get to be negative 6? Not negative 2, just 2. So I've got to multiply everything by 2. Okay, so my x's cancel. I'm left with 4y equals negative 16. All right, so y equals negative 4. Now, I will tell you this on the final, okay, on the final, whichever problem that you're doing, because it is multiple choice, once you find either your X or your Y, it's going to be kind of obvious about, what the other one is because you can eliminate your choices. All right, we're going to find Y or find X, I'm sorry. We're going to use the bottom. So 6x minus 2, negative 6, and this was negative 4. That's not good. That's better. Not kind of. Yikes. Yep. All right. We actually end up getting a fraction. All right. So we actually end up getting, what is that? Negative 7 over 3, negative 4. This is our answer here. I need you to take me off your calling list because I've been contacted. Ooh, wow, that was quick. I should start like calling these people. That's probably what I'm going to do later today. I'm just going to end up just calling these numbers back over and over, asking to speak to different people. All right. Because Mr. Jeffries is a whole different level of petty. All right. So we got a. This is the one problem that I'm thinking about changing on the test because, or on the final, because it doesn't necessarily match up with this. So I'm probably going to end up changing it so it does match up. All right, so we're going to shade up. Our B is 3. Our M is negative 2 over 3. So we're going to choose this one. All right, so unplug these in. Oh, wrong color. So this is 1, this is 4. Hmm. Greater than 3. All right, this is 6 is greater than 3, so this one checks out. So let's try this one. And all we're doing is plugging these X and Y values in to see if they work. Yes. What was your question, though? You don't know what your question was? Huh? All right. And negative 7 is like this one, so this would be a true thing. This is also one of the ones that I'm thinking about changing to a true or false problem. That way you don't have to like plug in for 4 different problems for X and Y. Well, it's a bittersweet time because in my mind, I'm counting down to like after today, there's only 2 more actual class meetings with y'all, and then one time of the final, and then I'm kind of done. No, I'm done with y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna miss y'all like I missed the bubonic plague. Okay, so it was a hit or miss. So I need you to mark out number 17 and number 20. Those are not on the test. 18 is actually one of the easier ones. Okay. All right. 18. All right. B goes underneath the radical because it's the only one with the rational exponent. Okay. This is our power. This is our root. Okay. So that is our answer for number 18. Okay. No, B is the base. 18 is just the. Now, so which one of these is an exponential function? It's only B. The reason why, B is the only one that has X as an exponent. Because it's an exponential. X has to be the exponent for it to be exponential. All right. Number 21, we're combining like terms. There's no other G to the fourths. Okay. There's no other G uh, to the thirds. Now, the one on the final is not going to be this easy. This problem is set up to remind you to combine like terms. None of these are like terms. Listen, we could have one as simple as 2 plus 2 and half the class would miss it. They'd say it was like 7. Okay. So, oh wait, that's to the third. So those should be triangles. Sorry. There's no other D squareds. Okay. There is a 6D minus a 3D. And then we have a minus negative 4. Wow. Class was actually quiet enough to hear the weird conversation happening from across the room. Something about somebody's hot dog being raw or something like that. Yes, that is good. All right. So we multiply. All right. Even though you multiply this is not the answer because it's not in standard form. All right. What's funny, the student just said nobody cares about standard form. I know where you're headed next semester, and Delta Math has lots of Delta standard form for you, so be prepared. You announced it yesterday. Yeah, I think you're Dory too. Sometimes being a simple person is the easiest. They say ignorance is bliss. How many smart people you see walking around happy? It's all the not smart ones. It's like, all right. Okay. Simplify the product. Remember, we had two different options for this. Or we had double distributive. No. Uh, for main reason, if you use the question was, can they use all their orange sheets from this past year? I said no. Not everything on your orange sheet is included on the final. So all I would hear constantly is, and then people would stress out. They're like, "Oh, I can't find the answer." No, the cheating ring in class is actually pretty good. They're pretty quiet and sneaky. So I kind of wish they would expand their circle to include some students because some of them need it. Okay, this so the other method that we talked about was the box method. Okay, it doesn't matter which one that you get, which you do. All right, we're getting close to being done. Well, technically you should already have these done because I gave you yesterday to do them. You should only really be checking your answers and then taking notes. I'm not talking to everybody. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm so glad you called me. But take me off your calling list. Ha ha. Are you serious? I was on that problem for like 5 minutes. I have sent two emails and a. All right, 3s plus 1. Now, you don't have to take the final. I mean, that would be easier for me to grade is you not take it. It takes a lot of non-effort to not pass this class. Where there's you have to look. You said, "Is there a S again?" If I look at this slide, there are 7 different S's. Okay, look. If you're talking about 26, there's a S in the problem. Why would I change the letter? That's the S. Again, why would I change the letter? I'm not like one of y'all who come in all hopped up on, the Turkish Kush or whatever and take the test. Hey, you know what, Aaron? You just write down whatever and we'll just see what happens. And I'm going to retype the problem so all the S's look like fives. All right. This negative tells us our signs are different. This tells us our bigger number's negative. By the way, for people that think that letters change, number 27, it has a J in it, so we have a J. 28, there's T's. Okay, remember on 29, you take the square root of both terms. It's beginning to look a lot like a breakdown. Yes. Why are there 2 sets of parentheses? Same reason there's 2 sets of parentheses on 28. We're factoring a quadratic, and that is a binomial times a binomial. A binomial is a polynomial that has 2 unlike terms in it. Hence the prefix bi. Shh. All right. So, shh. Now, this we do this when it's 4 terms, just like we learned back in Unit 8. We find the GCF of 10 and 35. That happens to be 5. The lowest exponent is y squared. The GCF between 6 and 21 is 3. We're going to put our GCFs together. And we're going to put our leftovers as 1. And the reason why is if you did the double distributive property, this is the double distributive property in reverse. Because you ask them the most irrelevant questions. No, like why is that a S? Okay. Hey, now you could also, instead of directly asking me, you can look at your notes like you're supposed to, or ask those around you. You know what? You also could Google it. Shh, shh, shh. Okay, I need you to change this problem. Okay, I'm going to tell you this one right here. This one can be done by factoring. It's the easiest way. You could do quadratic formula. I didn't even teach completing the square because that is a very old, outdated thing. Okay. This tells us the signs are the same. This tells us they're both negative. Now, the factors of 81 that add up to 18. Now, all right. Now, instead instead of writing 9 twice, you just write it once. Okay. Access to symmetry. Remember, this is ax squared plus bx plus c. So our a is 1, our b is 4, our c is -5. All right, so that is my axis of symmetry. My vertex to get the y, it's what I get. Yes. Sorry, some of my handwriting is getting kind of close. Like I'm really frustrated because this is like my last little thing to help y'all, and some people are just like doing God knows what. So I could my lack of caring is actually starting to diminish. Well, I know a lot of y'all lose your brain cells because y'all took an AP class and wonder why it's hard. That's an insult to other people that can't help it. Whatever. All right, you plug that in, get -9 as our y. Now, this was the test, the most recent test that a lot of people, gave you direct notes how to do this, and I don't, oh, I'm done. I'm almost completed the review. Okay, so for this problem right here, okay, remember, all this is 50. If I add all this up, this is a total of 50. Okay, I'm going to end up, look, I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to have to do because this is like this is what is a joint relative frequency of males that don't eat sushi. Males that don't eat sushi, that's 16 divided by 50. This answer is 0.32. That's exactly how you're going to have to do this problem on the final. You're not going to have to fill out a chart. You're going to have to, I can tell you right now, the total for this problem is going to be 50. You take whatever is right there, like male, and says no, you divide it by 50. All right, 35, 35, 8 equal sides, numbered 1 through 8. What's the probability of getting an odd number? An odd number, 1, 3, 5, 7, 4 over 8, or a 4. How many times does 4 happen? Once. So you would add it. All right. So we have 3 orange, 4 green. That is a O, by the way, not a 30. I wonder why it would say O when it's orange. All right. So we have 10 total. Okay. You do not replace the marble and then pick up a second marble. That means that we have 10 the first time, 9 the second time. Get a yellow both times. Now, I can tell you right now, if I were you, I would do this. All right. The problem on the final is with replacement. Okay. The problem on the final is with replacement. And that's it. Good stuff. Luckily, I don't have to record anymore with the class that thinks I don't teach them, but then yet they taught the whole time. All right. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide. Maybe I'll have better classes next time.